Welcome, everybody, to episode number 23 of the All Elite Murder Theater podcast. We are very happy to be here to review the week of Dynamite and Rampage. I've got my lovely wife, Tammy, and Mr. Chris down here, the absolute pro expert of wrestling. And that is true.
Say shit like that?
What do you mean? He is. He's a pro. Total pro. Knows it all.
Yeah.
And has great opinions of it. So we kicked off a Dynamite with Adam Cole versus Dax Harwood. Here's a couple of my lines that I really liked from JR. You got one more, amigo.
This is your new segment.
It is.
Rafe every week now has the JR lines. It's critical updates, folks.
It's etched all over his face.
Yep.
Does he have the will to continue? He's got some tricks up your sleeve. The winners advance and the losers go to the showers. And that's all I had. All right. Those are my JR moments. Tammy, what are your notes?
I gotta read. What is it gonna say? All right, okay. Not sure how this will go. But we're starting out with a strong wrestle. Roll-ups are geometric. Dax, are your ribs hurt? Oh.
That's it.
Hold on. You gotta stop. You gotta stop recording. I had the wrong freaking notes. I think.
No, you don't. You're right. That's right.
No,
That's Dax and Adam Cole. You're right. Keep going, baby.
And he was selling the ribs.
He was selling the ribs. You got it.
You have to start over real quick. I already fucked it up. I'm sorry.
All right, ready?
I'll get it together.
All right, 3, 2, 1. We're rolling. Tammy, what are your notes?
Okay, Adam Cole versus Dax Harwood. Not sure how this is going to go. Both starting out with a strong wrestle. Roll-ups are geometric. Dax, are your ribs hurt? Ow! Come on, Dax. Don't let little Adam win. Ooh, some strength and brutality. Trying to make it hurt a little. So much good. Great. Awesome to know. Too much to even write on my notes. But ooh, that rebound, powerbomb, Dax just did what was a wowza. Ow! Super kicks get averted by Dax just a few times. A strong back and forth. AEW chant, AEW good. Both moving counter and near misses. Such a brilliant combo, these two. Can't believe Cole just got out of that one. Dax struggling to get back in the ring. Barely made it in time. No! Dax, don't tap! No! Well, baby got it. They both great kind of wrestle.
Okay. Chris.
Little Adam from now on. Little Adam. That's it. He will never be anything else. Little Adam, baby. Holy shit. I mean, this was a pretty good match, right? It was very, it wasn't like it was slow or anything. It was a lot of action. It was good stuff. It was pretty brutal. I guess some people are kind of surprised that Dax didn't win this, but he's a tag team guy. They're trying to keep Adam credible. It makes sense in a lot of ways. It's not the best outcome if you're a fan of FTR or something like that, but as far as the landscape of the current programs and everything and future opportunities, it makes perfect sense to me. Sure. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was a great way to open the show.
It was a really good match. Two great wrestlers. They did an excellent job. Little Adam, of course, comes up with the win. So that'll forever be Little Adam.
So baby. Good.
But
that might have to be the name of the show, Rafe.
Oh, it's already been named. I already wrote it down. It's done. Little Adam Baby. It's gonna be the name of the show. That's it. It's over. So, but yeah, man, awesome opening to this. Killer, just killer. And so now Cole's going after Hardy right now. That's the next match, right? That's the next round. Yeah, it's Hardy versus Adam Cole. Yeah. Yep. That should be pretty cool too. I'm curious of who's going to win that one. I mean, I have a feeling that you know, in this, the only reason that I think this, well, and probably everybody thinks this, but Jeff Hardy is really a person that actually wrestled Owen Hart. So, you know,
wow.
why would he not?
That's profound.
Why would he not rest? Why would he not win this match? You know, or at least get as far as possible, right? That's the way I'm looking at it.
Ooh.
Right?
Well, I mean, what is the end game of this tournament anyway? It's like a title opportunity, right?
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
so. With that being said, and with Jeff just being in AEW and they're working on the Hardy Boys thing and all that stuff, maybe it's Cole's time.
You know, it's hard to say, which is good.
I would not. I listen. I don't know who's gonna win. I think it'll be a pretty fantastic match. But I do think that I will not be surprised if Jeff Hardy loses one.
Okay. Well, there it is.
But I do like your tie-in with Owen. That does make a lot of sense. That's
Right.
some good thinking.
That's some wrestling IQ right there.
You gotta get a hat, dude.
I'm telling you, I think I got one somewhere. All right. So then we go into the Darby Hardy promo. It says, we're ready to go to the hospital. Like, I don't want to see that, but that's fine.
Right? Thank God that was a better segment though than it's gonna be a special night.
It's going to be a special night. Instead of that, he's like, Darby's like, I'm ready to go to the hospital, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think Jeff is. Jeff always seems like he smoked a joint and then walked to your house and is exhausted when he got there. You know what I mean? That's the way Jeff Hardy looks every time he jumps in the ring. Right?
Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what it is.
It's just,
Oh my God. I
Right?
never would have put that together.
think about
Thanks
it.
for that.
Right? So that's just me. But anyway, so then of course Hangman comes out and he's going to do the commentary, and then we got CM Punk versus John Silver, which I don't think any of you got the Jonathan Tavares jersey reference. Okay, do you guys understand that? All right, let me briefly go over
What
it.
sport is it?
It's hockey.
Oh. What?
One of my favorite sports of all time.
Okay.
Okay, like ever. I took you to like a couple of hockey games, woman.
Were they there? I don't know what you're getting at with any of this.
Were
Okay.
they there? No, they were not.
No, they were not. I don't think it was. I don't think they played the Islanders at that time. But
Okay.
anyway, okay. So to give you the background of why that was such a burn to Long Island, okay, Tavares was their number one overall pick. He's probably the top 4 all-time best players in New York Islander history that played on the team. Like as far as getting a number 1 pick, he was their franchise player. He was the keystone to them, and he bailed to go to Toronto. And so he basically turned his back on Long Island, and they hated him for it. So for Punk to come out wearing a Tavares jersey was the ultimate burn to everybody there in Long Island. So I thought that was just classic when he came out. wearing
Oh,
that. So
I
that's
didn't
the
get
reason.
it.
That's the reason everybody was booing him extra hard. I mean, they were booing him, but they were kind of booing him extra because he was wearing that jersey and he was just throwing it in their face, which I thought was just beautiful.
I
So,
was sitting right next to you and you didn't tell me that.
because I did tell you that.
Oh, okay.
That's the problem. I
That's
said,
good to know, though. Thank you for the background. 'cause
Yes,
that
that's
does make
really
a lot of
cool.
sense. And what a smart move on his part.
it was
He
a
already
great move.
knows he's got to get heat there, right?
Right.
So then throw that in, boom, done deal.
Oh, and it was beautiful. The minute he walked out and I saw number 91 on his sleeve, I was like, oh, shit. I knew exactly what he was doing. So, I
I did see you react to it, but I
Right.
didn't understand why.
So that's why. So Tammy, let's hear your notes on this. Johnny Hungy, the meat man.
Meat man.
All right, let's get these notes. Hopefully, I can
Wait,
read my handwriting.
wait. Before you do that, I got one great JR line.
Oh, good.
And he's talking to Johnny Hungy. Johnny Hungy, he's an amazing overachiever.
He's not wrong.
Oh, I do remember when he said that.
He's not wrong.
So go ahead, Tammy. Let me hear your notes.
All right. Silver is so enthusiastic. Go, Silver, go. They are chasing each other. Johnny Hungry is such a fun energy. He's slapping Punk around a little. Punk looks like he's having fun. Gotta be. What's more fun than this? I should have been a wrestler. Except it looks like fun except for the working out part. Wow, Punk never saw anyone eat a duck. What is that thing? A turnbuckle? A turnbuckle like that. Johnny is kicking ass. Oh, but after Punk does a stare off with Hangman, he rebounds and wins. My wrestle is, in reality, it's really a Silver Star Wrestle.
That's funny. Yeah. That was
John Silver's the man. I can't help but wonder, though, since they released Stu Grayson, does anybody else feel like Dark Order is like on a chopping block right now? Like everybody is not safe at this point?
Oh,
Yeah,
tell me that.
I do feel that way.
I've been worried. I've had anxiety.
I do feel that way. I feel
like I only started feeling that way this week. Because obviously that news is a little bit old at this point. And now it's looking at what's happening on Dark and what's happening on Elevation and now what's happening on the big shows. It's almost like sink or swim for a lot of those guys, I think.
Yeah.
We're probably running close to some of those contracts, I would think. So yeah, I have a weird feeling about it.
It's a bad feeling.
That'd be, yeah. I mean, I kind of think you might be right on that because, you just don't know. I mean, they've been splitting up the pair, but still, they all have been coming out together, and so
yeah,
I don't think they'll ever get rid of Johnny Hungy. I think he's there to stay. I do. I think the crowd loves him too much, and I think Tony Khan is not knows that.
That would be an idiotic move.
I don't think that would be a good move for him.
That would be an idiotic wrestle.
Right. It would be an idiotic wrestle. As far as the rest of them are concerned, I don't know. I mean, if you look at it this weekend on Dark Elevation, you got Alex Reynolds versus Brody King, which is really pretty wild. So who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but how did you feel overall on this match, Chris?
I thought it was great. I thought Punk was diving deep into the heel work. He was doing a lot of more. It was very in character for Punk, like the Punk that I remember. And, the reasons why he got as big as he did is because he's really good with heel work. He's good with in-ring heel work and he's good with heel promo work. So the fact that he just kind of clicked in instantly after months and months and months of being maybe the biggest baby face on the planet, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was fantastic. And John Silver never lets me down. That I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he's so explosive and so fast and so like enthusiastic and what's the word I'm looking for? He just like there's so much energy that just comes out every time he's out in front of a camera. His promos might be funny, but they're always like really violently, aggressively funny. You know what I mean? Like he's just always 135% no matter what. It doesn't matter what he's doing, and it's always good. This match was fantastic. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
What did you think of the end with the face-off between him and Paige?
I knew we were going to have to talk about that. I don't know. I'm not invested at all in watching them fight.
What about you, Tammy? How do you feel about that match coming up? I mean, this is what they're building for. This almost seems like that. In the way I look at it, it's like, okay, Adam Page was kind of the heel, like 2 weeks ago. He was kind of acting heelish, and then now Punk is acting heelish. It's like, what are they doing with this? Who's going to be the face?
You have to play with the behaviors in a babyface match. You have to, because somebody has to have some sort of dynamic that's different from the other guy. And if they go back and forth, that's going to make it really interesting.
Right. Tammy, what did you
so
think?
Everything isn't always heel versus face. People are layered, and sometimes it's just like competition. You know what I mean? That more than being an asshole to somebody or not. So I never saw Hangman have a heelishness that you described. So, anyways, am I invested in this match? I think it's two very good wrestlers, so I don't think it will be bad. So am I sitting around dwelling and thinking, and it's not some of my storylines that I look forward to the most, but also not the least. I just know that I don't think we'll be disappointed whoever wins, whatever happens, because I think they're both good. And now that at least I've seen CM as a new person new in wrestling longer, I have more respect and enjoyment of all the nuances in his character. So yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, you know what? I remember when Punk first came in, you guys were like, why? I don't get it, whatever. And then, all you need from CM Punk is one really good promo of his and one really good match. And suddenly it's like, oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah, he really
good way
is
to
one of
put
the
it.
best in the world. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad you guys are on board with that. And, Tammy, I think you're right. Whoever wins, I think it'll be cool either way.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. It's like, all right, that's awesome. Cool. Let's see who tries to go after Punk when he's the champ. Let's see who's going to be Adam Page's, Hangman's next victim that's coming down the line. It's cool.
Well,
Right
I
on.
have a contrast to that of another match that like Deeb and Thunder Rosa. Like that's gonna be one that is really gonna be something I'm super invested in and terrified and looking forward to all at the same time.
Right.
It's a different level of emotion as to
Right.
that.
Right.
Very
I
true.
get it.
Both gonna be great, but there's a different level of emotional attachments to one that I don't have as much with the other.
Exactly. So then after that, we jumped right into the Brit and Hater promo. Okay. So then, I'm not going to, I don't want to go too far on these promos that, set up other matches. That doesn't,
Yeah.
that doesn't serve us very well. So then we got into Danhausen versus Tony Nese. Okay.
That wasn't a match.
That wasn't a match. Tammy, do you have notes on this?
Danhausen versus Tony Nese. Waste of time. Poor Danhausen. Hook to the rescue. Yay, Hook has purpose for us now. Hookhausen is alive. It's a birth of Hookhausen wrestle.
There you go. Chris, what did you think of this whole thing? I mean, this is very confusing to begin with, but I'd like to hear your opinion on
Funny
it.
though.
First of all, Danhausen's entrance is actually really cool.
Yeah,
The new cape is fantastic.
yeah.
And it's great seeing him in like full Danhausen garb. Like he's got all the tats out and everything. He's got the whole thing on. He's doing his, his angry, evil villain guy approach to the ring. But then you got this Tony Nese thing. This is Danhausen's first match.
Yeah.
A little bit of a waste, I think, but that's fine because we get to the story after the match is over. And Mark Sterling ate shit, didn't he?
He did. He did. So, it was a total squash match. So, what did we get to? Then the Jericho paid promotion here of Taz. Oh, that's right. We get into the MJF thing. So MJF.
Yeah, we went straight from this, and Sterling stays in the ring, and then we do the contract signing.
Yeah. Right. The whole contract signing, and then MJF. So, Tim, do you have any notes on the contract signing, or were you just watching it as it came through?
I do. I don't know if they're interesting, but I do. I just put, well, first of all, I don't know if it was before or after this, but I have a note about the Dark Side of the Ring promo was absolutely the greatest.
Yeah.
That was the best thing I've ever seen.
Ever.
So
that
was
was
that before
fantastic.
this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I thought that was so, I put a big note about that and circled it. So Wardlow versus MJF talks. Wow, just wow. No, he talks to Wardlow. This whole thing is fantastic. All brawling after contract signing. Even Mark Sterling, power freaking bomb. I don't know.
Right.
It wasn't even a wrestle.
He really ate shit.
Yeah, he really ate shit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The promo was amazing. I love the fact that he put in a legendary Jewish wrestler, which I thought was hysterical. And everybody in Long Island loves him, which I thought was hysterical. I mean, he was like a baby face there, and it's MJF. It was amazing. And then, of course, we get into the conditions of when he's going to wrestle. So apparently he's going to do a cage match with Spears. He's got to take 10 lashings, and then he's going to be able to wrestle MJF, right? So there's going to be a cage match before. Well, there's going to be 10 lashings next week. Then a cage match with Spears. And then finally at pay-per-view, he's going to be able to wrestle MJF. So this is just a culmination of everything. And I think it's going to be great that's just the way it is. And my next hockey jersey is number 55 with MJF on the back of it. So that's all I'm going to say. Any more on that one?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Quick throwback. When MJF did his big feud with Cody Rhodes back, I don't know, 2 years ago or whatever, there was the 10 lashing segment. There was a cage match. He had to fight Wardlow in a cage to get to MJF. MJF is very methodical in his storylines with people. Like there's always this tiered thing where you have to get to him, which is crazy because like how does somebody who's this young and this new in the wrestling business got so much pull? I don't know if you guys are aware of all the rumors floating around about MJF being unhappy with his contract and all that stuff right now. It's all very layered and complicated. And for him to come out and be as much of a babyface as he was, I think is fantastic. The Dark Side of the Ring stuff was just and when Jericho threw back, and this was a throwback to their feud when he's like, I'm not going to do this for that asshole. And he's like, how much is he paying? Okay,
right.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Right.
Like what's a Dark Side of the Ring segment without Jericho narrating, right? It just makes sense. Everybody playing their parts in this is beautiful. I loved Wardlow throughout this whole thing. I love the deal with the handcuffs and the security guards at the end. I love the power bomb. I thought that was beautiful. The cage match with Spears is going to be interesting because I don't think they even need to be in a cage for Wardlow to destroy him. So I don't know why they're going that route with Spears. It seems a little strange. They could have picked any other opponent. I mean, he's already done what? Lance Archer. He already went through W. Morrissey. We'll see where it goes, but I don't see any chance that MJF could possibly win. Right? I mean, it's just not going to happen in the long run.
No.
And Wardlow is eventually the kayfabe will end and here's your AEW contract and all that stuff. And everybody will be, okay. And then what?
Right. Then MJF finds another person to aggravate. And then
maybe CM Punk again after he's got the title.
I don't think so. I think he might go after, he's going to go after Hook. That's what I think.
That would be interesting.
So,
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't know. This whole thing was so good, though. Like all of it was just. Every time MJF has one of these big feuds, all of it is great. He is never not gonna impress me. I think.
I know it was beautiful, man. The whole 9 yards. I was crying the whole time, and I just love the fact that Long Island was going so crazy for him, man. It was just great.
Yeah.
So then
I'm going to apologize in advance in case this storm is coming through the audio. It's the whole house just fucking shook. So I may get disconnected or something. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll hang in there. So then they did the promo with Samoa Joe versus a Joker opponent, but it didn't matter because that was basically his hatred towards Jay Lethal. So that's going to come to a head at some point, and that's going to be a great match. I can't wait to see that. And then we get to Jungle Boy versus Ricky Starks for the FTW title. Tammy, take it away, babe.
All right. Pretty even back and forth. Hard to see who will win. I'm not emotionally invested in this just yet, but two good wrestlers, so it's still pretty good. Some exciting near pins. This whole snare trap crawl to the ropes thing is entertaining. Swerve's running up. The distraction messes everything up, and Stark wins. Ugh. It's a decent wrestle.
A few highlights before I let you get into it, Chris. I still don't understand these matches sometimes. I do like Ricky Starks. I'd like them take him out of this kind of context that they've got him in all the time. This just seemed like a long way around this match with Swerve and Lee. That's really what it seemed. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are in this as well. So are they doing a triple tag team thing? I'm very confused right now. But yeah, let me get your opinion on the match.
I feel the same way. There was zero investment from me on this because there's really not much build. And Hobbs and Starks have had this thing back and forth in and out with Swerve and Keith Lee, and yeah, I don't know what the objective here was, but we're back to Swerve and Keith and Hobbs and Starks, so
Right. With
maybe
this,
they just needed a filler. It's
yeah,
weird.
with this weird outlier of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus in it, and it
Yeah.
also, and the thing that disappoints me a little bit about this storyline is the fact that Jungle Boy's lost twice now. He's a champion. He shouldn't be losing, in my opinion. He should have taken that title and then kept rubbing it in Starks' face. And then if they really wanted to do it, then Starks takes back the tag titles and his FTW title tag match back. You know what I mean? So
And maybe that's where we're headed. Maybe the winners of the next tag match with Swerve and Lee is gonna, maybe that'll be the next title contenders. I don't know, but they need to do something.
it seems to move. It needs to move somewhere because I just remember that when the Lucha Brothers were the champs, it was more of a big deal. When the Bucks were the champs, it was more of a big deal. When Jurassic Express, they've barely been on television that much since they've been the champions.
And when they are, and it's a title defense, there's always something off.
Off, yeah, it just like seems weird, and I don't know. I think that I hate to say it, they got plenty of time because they're young to win these titles back. They got to take those titles from those two and give.
I don't hate to say it. I've been saying that since they got them.
Yeah,
and as far as them being young, Luchasaurus ain't that young, man.
Oh, is he not? I thought he was
no.
younger than that.
No, he's been around for a while. Yeah, I don't think they deserve the titles at all. I think they need to move on because you're right. The Lucha Bros, that was like, it felt important.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you give it to somebody like Jurassic Express, suddenly the tag belts feel like mid-card kind of stuff.
They do.
They don't feel like, top champions.
No, because I remember literally jumping up off of my seat when they actually won the title, and I knew the Lucha Brothers won the title, and I knew they were going to win it anyway. But I still got up off and cheered, like I just watched a live sporting event that actually was really happening. You know what I mean? So it was still great. But then but yeah, exactly. So then we jumped into the Jericho Appreciation Society victory speech. I love the fact that he had a podium on stage. That was pretty good. And Matt Menard says, "My nipples are hard."
This whole sports entertainer thing is so good. The digs at the terminology and the behavior of these guys is so fucking spot on. It's so good. Everything that they're doing in this is amazing.
He goes, a couple of good lines in there. Jericho 216, "I just burned your face." That was one of them. He says, "Long Island's a dump, and I'm a wizard." It's like, what?
He just trademarked that.
Right, he did. Daniel Garcia says, "Sports entertainers win every time."
Oh, God. It's so fucking awful.
I know. And then, which I was kind of surprised to see Mox, the American Dragon, and William Regal come out to go and get in front of in the Jericho Appreciation Society. I thought that skirmish was absolutely brilliant. Tammy, what did you think? Do you have any notes on this?
It was all thoroughly entertaining. I could read off my notes, but I think you all covered it well.
Yeah.
I don't think my notes will add anything.
Well, what's your opinion of this new rivalry between the Blackpool Combat Club and the Jericho Appreciation Society?
I think it's going to be epic. I'm really interested to see these two different moods essentially crashing into each other.
Yeah.
You got, the goofball narcissist club versus the I want to just smash your face into the concrete, I don't fuck around club. Two totally different vibes, man.
It's perfect, though.
We'll see what happens.
Now, what do you think about Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz being involved with the Blackpool Combat Club?
Fuck yes.
What's your thoughts, Chris?
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does.
and because John Moxley and Eddie Kingston have already had so much interaction in AEW as feuding with each other and as being partners and tag teaming and all that stuff. I was wondering how they were going to kind of level the playing field here on this, and this makes so much sense. Bryan Danielson doesn't belong anywhere near this situation, but man, is that somebody you want having your back, right? Wheeler Yuta, he's good, but he doesn't belong anywhere near this picture either. But I'd love to see him kick the crap out of, maybe not Matt Menard, because that just doesn't make sense. But maybe like what's his name now?
Not Jeff Parker.
Man, Angelo.
Not Jeff Parker.
Yeah, him and Angelo could go at it. Him and that I'm not even going to say his name. That little prick with the Kangol.
Daniel Garcia.
Fuck that guy, man. And then Santana and Ortiz and Kingston coming out afterward. It was all so good. I'm really, really excited to see a match with all of them in it. It's like I can't think of a better match to see that's more than like a tag match. You know what I mean? Where it's that many people. This is a lot of great people to have in an awesome dynamic. It's going to be insane.
Oh yeah, and it's the sports entertainers versus the pure wrestlers.
And it really is in this case.
Yeah, I know, it's great. So then we had right before the match, right after that we had the Deeb versus Thunder Rosa promo. I'm looking forward to that match. That's going to be great. And then we had Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm. This was a hard hitting match, I can tell you that. Tammy, let's hear your notes on this.
All right in it. I'm just trying to see what this is, but the whole moves are already, okay. But the whole hand-holdy moves, the hand-holding.
Oh, where they grip each other's hands
are always
test of strength. It's a test of strength.
Yeah. Is that what that is? Thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting it. Why do they keep willingly doing this? Why do they agree?
Because that's like it's old school wrestling. It's like you get your hands together and who's stronger? I'm strong. I'm gonna knock you. No, you're not gonna do shit. It's stupid, is what it is. But it's very.
I'm ready to go do this in the middle of the town square right now that you've explained it to me.
Test of strength. And just walk up to a random stranger
challenge
and be like,
people. Yes, I'm gonna do it. All right, so some great strength and great back and forth. Tony draws power from the audience to start DDTs. Jamie almost had it. They're both so talented. What? How? What was that? An odd finish. I don't know. I'm not totally thrilled about it. It felt incomplete. An incomplete feeling wrestle.
Uh-oh. Did you feel it was incomplete, Chris?
I don't know about incomplete. I will say this. It wasn't quite as chaotic as I thought it was going to be, but it was still really, really good. I enjoyed the hell out of this. This was some of the best women's wrestling on AEW television in the last few months.
Yes.
I don't know if it was maybe one of the best of the year. I think we're going to get a rematch between these two at some point down the road, and I think it's going to be a big blowout.
It better be, because that's why I felt incomplete. I needed more, I needed it longer, and I needed it to be like a Omega Danielson kind of length.
Yeah, like an I Quit match or something like that would be fantastic.
Yeah, an I Quit match, or maybe like a street brawl would be awesome with them. So, but I thought this was a great match. I thought it was everything I expected it to be. I didn't think it was going to be incomplete. I was hoping that Jamie Hayter would win, but I kind of knew she wouldn't. They hit hard. They were not hesitant. They were smooth. You could tell that these two have the same type of wrestling style. Mm-hmm. They were both from Stardom, and that Stardom is like, you don't hesitate. You take the bump. They took the bumps, and they took the bumps well. You don't see a lot. I haven't seen a lot of the ladies take the bumps like that. The way that those two did in that match.
And for example, like someone like Anna Jay, you would not see her do a match like this.
No.
the closest she got was that match when she was tagging with Ty Conti, and they had that crazy match with Penelope Ford and the Bunny.
The Bun, yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. Nobody takes bumps like these ladies do.
Yeah, no, they hit hard, they slammed hard. It was a good match. So then after that, we had the main event, which I didn't know how this was going to go, which was Jeff Hardy versus Darby Allin, as CM Punk says. I'm ready for Darby Allin. And then after that, we've got Tammy's notes.
I'm looking for my notes. So you
Uh-oh.
guys talk.
Uh-oh. Chris, let's start with you then.
All right. So, okay. Jesus Christ, first of all. I was a little worried going into this. I was more worried as it continued. The longer this match went, I'm like, oh God, somebody's gonna get hurt. We're gonna watch somebody die on TV right now. Yeah. All these spots were like, ooh, that could have went a little bit the wrong way, and it would have been really bad.
Over.
That one spot with the ladder, I can't even remember what he did, but Darby Allin, I really thought Darby Allin was going to the hospital.
Oh, when he came off the top ladder. Yeah, he came off the top ladder.
He would have been fine with that, I'm sure, because that would have been legacy, you know. Right. But I don't want to watch it. As much as I love like the fun, violent, crazy, flippy sort of matches, I was terrified to watch this because we're looking at two guys, one who's been putting his body on the line for multiple decades now, and one who's been putting his body on the line for at least a decade, if not a little more. But like to a much worse extent, I think. Darby Allin has probably beat his body up more in the last 10 years than Jeff Hardy did for most of his career, which says a lot.
Yes.
So, yeah, I was honestly scared more than anything that somebody was going to get really, really hurt.
I can tell you this. I was extremely happy when Darby went off the ladder and it wasn't Jeff. Because I thought, oh, if Jeff goes off, man, this may not end well for the evening. We might see another injury that was just brutal injury. But and I mean, I really thought that Darby slammed Jeff Hardy's head into that thing and like almost knocked him out. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how they did not like really feel some severe pain after that. As far as the excitement of the match, man, it was an exciting match for sure. For sure. Tammy, did you find your notes?
Found them! Yay! One piece dropped in the hall. Not saying that they're totally readable because this one so much was going on, I wasn't able to like scribble down fast enough. But I'm ready.
Go.
All right. Anything goes. This will be interesting. Definitely going to be dangerous. Rampant start indeed. Darby throws himself on Jeff and then gets several chairs. Guess these stairs ain't shit against anyone, but they are definitely getting used. Of course, a ladder comes. Rainbows and skeletons, oh my, what's happening with all the furniture? Holy schmoly. Darby jumped off the top of the ladder, does a flip right on Jeff Hardy to the chairs. What is this supposed to accomplish? Paralysis of them both? Oh, no more. Coffin drop while hitting the apron? Oh no, Hardy up on the ropes. Flips off the steel steps. This is outrageous. Jeff counters coffin drop to win. A death-defying wrestle.
Nice. It was a death-defying wrestle, wasn't it?
It was a terrifying wrestle.
It was.
This one scared me. I'm so glad it didn't get any worse.
Me too, but I loved it. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was a good match, and I was glad to watch it. It was a great part of the Owen Hart tournament, and that's cool, man. I'm looking forward to more of that. Now imagine the Hardy Boys versus Sting and Darby. That would be wild too, right? We'd all be on the edge of our seats. A 62-year-old man jumping off of shit. It would be great. So,
no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I don't need to see Sting get in this picture with them.
Oh, it's gonna happen, man. I'm telling you right now.
It probably will.
It's gonna happen. So, before we move on to the questions and all that stuff, who do you think Samoa Joe's going to go after, who do you think the Joker's going to be? Any predictions on the Joker, Tammy?
No prediction.
Chris?
I already gave a weird offset prediction last week about maybe seeing Johnny Gargano show up. I don't really think that's going to happen, but man, that would be crazy. I don't know who it could be at this point that would really like shock me. There's so many great people on the roster that I mean, literally, they're going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat if they want it to be a surprise.
Well, do you think like Satnam Singh, who hasn't even wrestled, could even possibly have a chance at that?
Maybe.
I think that is very
strong.
Plausible.
Very plausible. I think it's going to be Jonathan Gresham, but we'll see.
Isn't he still injured though?
He may not be by then.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was somebody from New Japan either.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because we've got a lot of stuff building to this New Japan show, so.
All right, so here we go. Real or fake?
Craig wanted me to tell you guys hello. He will not be participating today.
Oh, what's wrong with Craig?
He's got to sleep one off. So he had a wild night last night, so he's taking it easy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Right.
So name that wrestler is what we're doing first, guys.
All right.
And I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to decide who goes first.
Who do you want to go first? Me or you, Tammy?
Do it quick.
All right, I'll go first.
All right. Rafe says, okay.
Let me put on my thinking cap. Let me put on my wrestling IQ.
Born in 1983, Los Angeles, California.
Just kidding. I don't know.
Has wrestled for Ring of Honor, Impact, PWG, NWA, lots of independents. Finishers, the VHS, the Triangle Choke, the Blackout, and some other stuff too. Some titles: APW LA Lightweight Championship, Adrenaline Unleashed Championship, 2-time RPW Junior Heavyweight Championship, and has been a tag champ in AEW, in Ring of Honor, and in PWG. Rafe, name that wrestler.
God, in the 80s, that means he's in his 40s now.
No, he's barely in his 40s.
Barely in
He's almost 40.
Almost 40. Oh my gosh.
That was the one thing in this particular list that I was like, wow, I did not know that.
I know who it is. It's Brody King.
What?
No?
What?
I guess that's a no.
That's a no. That's a no. The correct answer is the TNT champ himself.
Scorpio Sky.
All right. Wow.
Damn it.
Yeah. He's damn near 40. He doesn't look it, does he?
Nah, man, he looks great.
And he's in great shape and fucking super athletic. It's wild. Tammy, you're up next.
Uh-oh.
Right.
This one's a lot younger. Born in 1991.
Wow.
Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, home of the groundhog that we all look forward to every year.
His name is
has
Phil.
wrestled for AEW, Ring of Honor, Shimmer, Rise, lots of other independents. Uses finishers like the Stomp, the Super Kick, Fisherman's Neck Breaker. Okay. Has held titles in DDT, which the Iron Man Heavy Metalweight Championship. Oh, calm down, Rafe. 2-time IWC Women's Champion, 1-time Remix Pro Fury Championship, and the MFPW Girls Championship. Tammy, name that wrestler.
From Pennsylvania, right?
Indeed. Punxsutawney. Like, think groundhogs. You'll get there.
Okay.
That'll throw you. Rafe had it like immediately. I know he did.
I think I know. I might be wrong though.
Is Rafe frozen?
No.
Your video is frozen on my thing, but I think it's my internet. Go ahead. 10,
Okay.
9, 8, 7.
Maybe Soho, but I think I said that last week.
What'd you say?
It is not Ruby Soho. The correct answer, Rafe, go ahead.
It's Britt Baker.
Correct.
Mm.
It's Britt Baker. You don't get the point for that, Rafe, because it was Tammy's question.
I understand.
I guess I just
understand.
always put Britsburg and Pittsburgh.
Well, she wasn't born in Pittsburgh.
I know,
She
but-
reps Pittsburgh, but
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's close enough. All right, real or fake?
All right, real
Tammy,
or
you're gonna
fake?
go first.
Okay.
Let's see if you can redeem yourself.
Highly unlikely, but let's give it a shot here.
All right, so the 3 moves: natural selection, underwear swipe, or the pretzel knot.
Okay. I just don't want underwear swipe to be a fucking move.
Is that your answer, though?
It just has to be. Even if it's wrong, I have to just say, come on, people.
That is incorrect. The
Alright.
fake move is the pretzel knot.
Underwear.
That's a
There is,
shame.
there's a lot of
I
pretzel
think
like
finding you a point, or whoever came up with this move, they get a point. Taken.
Underwear swipe.
It's actually a signature. It might even be a finisher of one person, but it doesn't matter. Rafe,
Yeah.
real or fake? Here are your 3 moves: head scissors, Dudley death drop, or the boot buster.
Well, head scissors I know is a move. What's the other 2 again? Say it again.
Dudley death drop or the boot buster.
I'm gonna say the Dudley death drop is fake.
Please
That
let
is
it be real.
incorrect.
Oh,
The
God, I'm
correct
glad that this
answer.
exists.
The correct answer is the boot buster.
oh my
I am
God.
so
I mean,
glad
why
that's
why
the
would you do a move on somebody's boot, man?
Well, I mean, you could use your boot to bust somebody's head open.
And that makes sense, and that's why it's on the list, right?
All right, I got a question for
I just
you.
want to tell you guys, these are getting really, really hard. As we start going through week after week, it's like I'm starting to run out of shit.
Well, we can come up with new ones, or
Dude,
we
well,
can ask people on the comments.
There's
to
been
ask.
so many wrestling moves that have been talked about, and I went back the other day. I was like, holy crap! We're running out of moves.
See, you
I'm
can
gonna have to
repeat
start
shit.
recycling shit.
If you
And I will
recycled,
still
we
get
would
it
never
wrong,
know.
so it's fine.
we still wouldn't know.
You know what? Maybe one of the things we'll add in the coming weeks is maybe we'll do like a move of the week where we'll spotlight a certain wrestling move and we'll talk about what that move is.
Okay.
So we have
That's
a little
good.
bit of education as well, rather than just
Yes.
you guys are wrong. Ha ha ha.
Some wrestling IQ.
I have 2 questions for you, Chris.
Uh-oh.
I hope I have some kind of answers and you're not going to ask me like who won a match in 1983 at fucking some Coliseum in Punxsutawney.
There's one not too far off from that one.
Your questions are so specific. It's like hurtful. Like, how the hell am I supposed to know? Okay, let's just go for it.
So this one is
What color was his shorts in 1987 when he came out in New Jersey? It's like, huh?
Okay, well, I'll work on my question skills.
Okay.
In the past, after a break, who did Sammy Guevara return to AEW under the guise of?
Under the guise of.
Like, who was his mentor?
No, guise is like a disguise.
Okay.
After a break.
Yes.
So
He
Sammy
came back
took a
in
break.
disguise.
The question isn't for you.
Oh wait, so he
Trying to get
came
some
back
clarification.
after a break, and he was pretending to be someone else.
Yes.
What the fuck? When did this happen? I don't expect that answer. I'm gonna say Fuego because that's his boy and everything. I have no idea.
You're very close. It was Serpentico.
What?
They're
Wait a
not
second.
even the same size. How did that happen?
I don't know. He came back with his mask on and everything, and they thought it was Serpentico, but it was Sammy Guevara.
I've got to go look this up later and
Okay.
figure out when this happened because I have to see Sammy Guevara running around with the Serpentico spider, bird, eagle, whatever the fuck Serpentico is mask.
Yes.
He's not even one creature. He's like 7.
Yes.
And his superpower is being terrible at wrestling, I guess.
Exactly.
His
yeah.
superpower is being used as a human cannonball.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next question?
All right. Okay. This
That was
wrestler,
better, but wow.
this wrestler's cousin was an international soccer player.
Wait a second. Wrestler's cousin is what you
Hold
just
the
said?
fuck up. This
It gets
wrestler's
better.
cousin.
It gets better. It gets better.
All right, so we're talking about a wrestler who has a cousin that plays soccer and does well, apparently.
Yes. And this
Okay.
wrestler also played basketball for AAV in Orlando. And they also played basketball in Jacksonville. This person has a mentor on the commentary table that we're all familiar with and joined AEW over WWE out of loyalty to that mentor. So I put a lot of details there.
Give me
I
a
think
second.
I think I know who it is.
It's not your question.
Cousin is a soccer player. and they played basketball. And they have
They
have an
professional for
association,
universities.
a mentorship from somebody that does commentary within AEW.
Where did you come up with this, Tammy?
Hold
Okay,
on.
I'll tell you who the mentor is.
Wait,
Mark
no,
Henry.
I was gonna say it's probably Mark Henry
Yeah.
because Mark
Oh.
Henry's associated with a lot of people that play a lot of sports.
I know now.
Don't, Rafe, it's not your question. If Chris doesn't answer, then you can. Or you can write it on a piece of paper right now. and then,
What the fuck?
and then,
The cousin fact is just like, what?
I don't know how famous soccer players are. You might know that one of them, oh yeah, their cousin's that famous soccer player. So I just added it in.
I believe it's called football.
Yes, it is other places if we
In
want to
other
make it more
countries.
confusing.
No, over here we just play American football. Fuck, I have no idea. No
Okay,
idea.
Rafe, this is your time.
It's Jade Cargill.
Yep, he got it.
What? She played basketball?
She
Yeah.
sure did.
It's just really hard to picture somebody that's that beefy playing basketball, I guess. I don't know.
She
She's-
wasn't as beefy.
She's
She got
tall,
more
though.
beefy after she had her baby.
But she's tall.
I mean, she's just so diesel. It's like, it seems like it'd be hard to move around and be agile and shit like that. But yeah, okay. All right.
And I thought that was cool that WWE was in talks with her, but because of Mark Henry, she came to AEW.
Well, I knew that part, but like about her specifically, but I feel like there's been quite a few people that Mark Henry's been like, hey,
He's good at that.
do you like
Yeah.
my animal sounds? Also, come work over here.
Oh, well, could be.
That's true.
He's good at what he does.
He is, except commentary. That's all right.
There's a couple of funny lines he pulls out of there.
He's funny, but that's it. Like trying to get him to call a match. It's like, what is he talking about? He's talking about what he ate yesterday, what music so and so likes. It's never commentary on the
Right.
matches.
He's like,
He's there for the color.
He's like, I really
Color
like some
commentary
barbecue.
only.
He said, I really like some barbecue right now.
Mhm.
All right.
For the main event.
It's time for Rampage. The early start Rampage, which we did not catch because we were
I
doing...
didn't either. I forgot it was on.
Did you really?
I didn't remember till like 7:00.
You're like, oh man, wait a second. I was like, uh-oh, the Rangers beat the Penguins.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't even remember it was Friday that day. So
Oh, there you go.
it's a whole thing.
Right on. So we come out with the Butcher and the Blade and Mark Quinn versus the Death Triangle. Um, all I gotta say is Ray Phoenix is probably one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen.
Probably. Really?
I think he has to be the best wrestler ever.
Certainly one of the greatest luchadors.
Ever. I mean, just watching him go back and forth. I'll tell you, Mark Quinn was on fire. He wrestled really good that night. Tammy, let's hear your notes on this.
So this is one of those whole page notes where they words start out big and they get smaller as they go. So we'll see how this works out as I read them. Okay. All right. Death Triangle versus AFO. Right into the match. No intros. I'm disoriented. Okay, just find Ray Phoenix. That's my centering point. He's in the corner waiting to be tagged while Pac and Butcher go at it and go at it well. Jericho threatening fireballs all over is annoying me. Can't overdo this wizard shit. Okay, Pac and Butcher again, but Mark Quinn enters and Ray Phoenix gets in the ring against him. How dare Mark Quinn kick Ray Phoenix like that? Phoenix, show him what's up. I'm mesmerized by Phoenix. So happy he's back. Now he's taking blows from the Blade too. Not going to go well in the end. Ray Phoenix will prevail. He pushes back, but oh no, he has trouble with all his opponents. Mark Quinn has had some shining moments here. Ray Phoenix will also prevail. Then I don't even know what this was. Oh, I see it. It's Penta comes in with his magical sling blades. Takes them all out. Pac has a beauty with that arrow move. I want to say this is a beautiful, brutal wrestle.
So I got one of the best black arrows in the business.
Oh yeah, for sure. Couple of things I want to touch on, and then I'll go at it let you go at it, Chris. Couple things where there's one thing that I thought could be possibly an Easter egg. The fact that the bunny was out there. Are we looking at the House of Black and Julia versus the Butcher, the Blade, and Bunny? Could we possibly be seeing that? Maybe. That's what I was thinking. I thought Kyle O'Reilly taking notes was hysterical. That dude's so weird. And the House of Black appearing and disappearing was totally dope. What did you think about all of this, Chris?
The match was okay. Not really sure where it came from, what the motivation was, why they decided to do it right now. I was so focused on thinking something was going to happen with the House of Black that it was hard to pay attention to what was going on in the match, because I'm like, when's the distraction? When's the interference? When's the lights going to go out? And then we waited till the end. We got a quick, hey, how are you? Bye. And that was that. No Julia in sight. You don't what are we doing with the House of Black? What are we doing?
It's a slow build. It's a slow build.
It's a slow something. I don't know what it is. We're not building anything right now. We're just playing. 1 minute they seem like okay, there's certain motivations. They're on track to do something, and then we swerve a little bit. They go off TV for a while, then they come back, and then we're back with Death Triangle, and I don't fucking know what's going on. The match itself was good, but all right.
I guess that's what it is.
I mean, and Butcher Blade and Mark Quinn.
Yeah.
Why wasn't like Andrade out there or something, or somebody that's not part of another tag team? It was just weird.
Yep, I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they put it together that way, but that's what it is. That's what it is. So
yep.
We move on to Spears versus Boulder Bronson. Tammy, let's hear the notes.
Oh, wow. Bear, so strong. Nice. Fun match. Spears holding Bear. Boulder fucking unbelievable when he held him up like that. Then beats him with the chair after he wins. That was a feats of strength wrestle.
Chris. Oh, you're
Listen, I'm going to say I wasn't a big fan of Rampage, okay? And not just because I missed it, but because when I watched it back, I was like, what are we doing here? There's so many weird things happening on this show, and so many things we should have followed up on that we didn't, right? Like, yeah. So why did we do this? We don't see Bear Country for I don't know how long. Where's Bear Country been? And then maybe they've been doing that fucking jamboree down in Disney World. I don't know. And then they show up, right? Just one of them in a match with Sean Spears. And somehow it's his squash match. What the fucker? What? No. I'm not here for this at all.
Oh.
Not at all. Stupid.
And then I believe after that we had the Sterling Neese versus Hookhausen promo, and obviously they're gonna be wrestling at the buy-in.
Mark's not happy. Mark Sterling is not happy.
I love the fact that he had the collar around his neck like the perfect lawyer, which was beautiful.
And Jay said, "What happened to you?"
Dude.
Like she hadn't been there or something.
No, that was later.
Oh, right.
Later, but that was fucking hysterical. So, yeah, wait for that one. Oh, and then we get into the Riho versus Ruby match. Now, I thought this was a good match. So, Tammy, what are your notes on this one?
They are flipping and twisting, especially arms a lot. Good match, methinks. Some contortionist kind of vibe happening. Lots of skilled back and forth. No idea who will win. Rio has some power to match Ruby's energy. These two are excellent. Holy schmoly, lots of near pins. Ruby wins, an excellent wrestle.
Yeah, but Ruby had to really win. She had to throw as many moves on that kid as possible in order to win this match. Now, I'm glad Ruby won. But Chris, what are your thoughts, man? I know you're hating on Rampage this week, so I'm curious to hear about this one.
This one wasn't too bad. It's a decent match. Riho will take an ass whooping from anybody and make it look great. Ruby Soho's awesome. This was definitely the right result. I have nothing really shitty to say about this one. But I don't know that I really care that much.
Well, I mean, it's moving through a tournament, so sometimes those aren't always you're not gonna have.
And I saw this match on the card, and I was like, okay, that's gonna work. It's gonna be good, but it's not gonna be like I'm gonna remember this in a couple weeks. It's not gonna be like, oh, you remember that one time? It's not one of those type of things. But it was great for what it was.
It's not a Storm Hater match, that's for sure.
Yeah.
If you want to do a comparison in the Owen Hart tournament, it's not that.
Right.
But it was still a good match, and I like the fact that Ruby had to really work hard to win, which that was cool. I thought that was a cool element to it.
Which is crazy because she's fought larger, more experienced opponents and not had to fight as hard.
Right. And that's the point. I thought that they made a good point on that. That's what I thought was cool about it. So then we get to the backstage antics of baby Billy Daddy and the Acclaimed, and they're going to get a match together. And I love the fact that he was like, hey, boys, tell me your idea. No, never mind. Let me listen to the Acclaim's idea. Yeah, that's the best idea. And it's just the Acclaim's ideas, which I thought was beautiful on the promo. So, and he's like, I got you an elevation match. But that's going to be a whole lot of fun with the Acclaimed and the Gun Club. So I can't wait to that. And then we go to the center of the ring, and we've got Schiavone with the baddies and Cargill. And she goes, cut the shit, Tony, which I thought was hysterical. And then she, when you
That's my favorite thing that Jade Cargill ever says is, Tony, cut the shit, or cut the shit, Tony. That's the best thing that she says on any interview.
She goes, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. That was great too. She cracked me up with that. And I know you're right. When she looked at Mark Sterling, was like, what happened to you? It just shows that it was a great play of, I don't pay attention to who the hell you are or what you're even doing, even though you're my lawyer, which I thought was just fantastic.
It was beautiful. She looked at him like,
what happened to you? What did you think, Tammy? What was your opinion on that?
It was fun.
It was such a fun promo. And then, Chris Statlander coming out and facing Red Velvet. That should be a fun one. So,
all right, hold on. Let's talk about the elephant in the room here with this stuff.
All right, what's the elephant in the room? I'm curious.
Hikaru Shida is injured, okay? Right. She's wrestling matches in Japan right now.
Right.
She tweets, I didn't know I was injured. What the fuck is going on here?
Well, they wanted to set this match up. This was part of the storyline. Remember, this is the twist of that storyline. Remember, Red Velvet and Chris Statlander were friends, and they were battling legit Layla Hirsch. I mean,
Right. So why are we back to this?
Because we're putting Velvet turns to a baddie, and Statlander basically redoes her whole look. And what better way to create a rivalry than to do it that way?
But why does Sheeta not know what's going on, and why did they not write the card that way in the first place? What's happening behind the scenes? Where's the miscommunication?
What's your thoughts, Tammy?
I don't really have any.
I don't know.
I mean, Sheeta's not saying good things right now, and she literally.
I don't know enough. I haven't read any. I'm not up on all this, so I don't. I'd rather.
Literally said something like they don't care about Japanese wrestling.
Really? She said that?
Yeah. So
But we're doing a whole New Japan Forbidden Door pay-per-view.
Yeah, and she just did the big thing with Deeb.
I know. I don't know. More on that as it develops. We'll keep you informed. So
no, we won't. We'll give you our input after everybody already knows about it.
Exactly. We'll give you our input as soon as everybody knows.
Yep.
So then we get into Frankie Kazarian versus Scorpio Sky for the title match. Tammy, take it away.
All right. Bros. Should be a good match by two good wrestlers.
Bros.
I'm sure it'll be solid. I'm not completely invested in the story yet, so let's see if anything changes tonight. So that's gonna catch some flair for the theater. Guess they about finished, but that friendship, it might be over now. Not sure, but that could be part of the storyline that gets me. Here we go. Commentary that's it's starting to help me with that story now, and I'm starting to get a little pumped up just like that. Two very fit people with nice wrestling pants on are getting into it. Some geometric roll-ups, a chicken wing move. Does some blue cheese come with that? Seems like a little spy versus spy vibe happening too. Scorpio has some wild shapes happening while he goes for Kazarian's boot. Eventually, the form breaks. I'm impressed how serious they can keep being during all this. Oh, chicken wing again? Everything is intense. Okay, these hijinks will get with Ethan and Lambert. It says, I put hurt all integrity of this. It was an unprofessional professional wrestle.
What do you mean by that?
Well, their interference in it.
You didn't like Lambert coming in with Ethan Page?
No.
Why?
Why? I mean, I don't want to have to explain it. I just didn't like it.
We're on a podcast talking about that. I'm trying to get some input from you.
I just felt that they didn't need that kind of interference to get these kind of wins and everything.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying is they were already professional. It was a professional wrestle with highly professional people, and that interference fucked it up. If I'm going to actually explain things, so it was unnecessary. I think it took away from the integrity of a very good match to have people fuck with it. They were professional. So that's why I said it was unprofessional, professional wrestle.
That's what I was looking for from you.
Okay.
Chris, what was your thoughts?
I think that was actually the point.
Right.
Scorpio was looking to get a little heat here. It wasn't working with Sammy because Sammy had all the heat. Scorpio is a heel champion. Got to turn on your bros, as it is.
Bros.
Yeah, I think that dynamic made it so it felt bigger, more stakes. This is your friend, your partner, former partner, whatever. All these things brought more people in. There's more investment there because these guys do have a history. They have a lot of fans together as a tag team, not just with SCU, but prior to that. So yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. I think that Scorpio can't flip full baby face because who's he going to fight? it made a lot of sense to me. I enjoyed the hell out of this match. I knew I was going to because it's fucking Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian. Two guys that could probably go 30, 40, 50 minutes and not run out of shit to do.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the way that they.
Wait, I want to counter real quick.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to tag on to say. I that's what I meant. Like when I started my notes, you might have noticed that my storyline, I was like, oh, I'm not invested, but as it went on, I did get invested. So I just wanted to, say that I agree with you that all those hijinks, even though I called it an unprofessional professional wrestle, I agree it was the point. And and it is a storyline I now enjoy because of all of that.
Yeah. I mean, I like it too. I'm invested in it as well. I thought that was really cool that they twisted it like that. I was not expecting that. I really wasn't. So that's why I enjoyed it as much as I did, because I was like, oh shit. And I was like, I really didn't think that was going to go that way. And when it did, I thought that was pretty cool. And,
I mean, it was really a great way to get that heat back on him that they're looking for.
Yeah.
How else are you going to do that right now? There's not a lot of dynamics going on where he can have a feud with somebody that feels like it's on fire. You know what I mean? So having this long history and this kind of blood brother sort of a thing, it made the match feel a lot more important, because it did feel thrown together originally. Like Frankie said, oh, well, Scorpio, when it started, he's Scorpio. He goes, I just need you to wait another week. And then, obviously they're setting up the match. Then we have him come out. He's talking shit about Ethan Page and Dan Lambert, and it builds and builds and builds. And then it's like, okay, we're going to have this match. I'm going to be respectful. I'm professional, blah, blah, blah. But I am going to let my boys come out and we're going to do some shit. So my bad. I'm not the guy you knew anymore. You know what I mean? Like, we're building a real character for Scorpio Sky now, which he kind of lacked before.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
He's a very good performer. He's got the whole snap lights out thing, which is kind of cool at certain times, unless the promo sucks. But we needed something to give him some sort of build as a talent, other than just wrestling skill and talking.
Yeah.
He had to have some motivation.
Yeah.
And now we know the motivation is negative. He doesn't give a shit. And he's going to be the champ for a while, maybe.
Yeah, I hope so. And I hope he stays nasty. You know what I mean? And I hope he, it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun.
I hope we don't go back to Sammy. As long as we stay away from Sammy, I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, but, they're going to try to turn that story around on him. I've already been reading the dirt sheets on that. And I'm just like, I don't even care. Yeah. It's disappointing to me. Yeah. I know you guys still like him, but I can't. I don't have.
Again, I like Sammy separately by himself. I like Ty separately by herself. I think she's probably going to catch the worst of this.
She is, and it's sad.
And it sucks.
And you know what? Listening to rag magazines doesn't mean shit anyways. So you don't know what they're really saying. I've seen things be wrong a lot of times. So
the dirt sheets do base a lot of their opinions on like popular fan opinion. So there is something there.
But a lot of times it goes nowhere.
Yeah, but Ty is not going to be anybody's favorite anytime soon because of all this.
Sad.
Like, it's not a good look what's been happening, and now what is the redeeming quality? It's been a long time since she had a match, and it's been a long time since she had a great match.
Right.
So now it's like she's going to have to earn her way back, and it's going to have to be without all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Hopefully she will. Hopefully they give her that opportunity.
Yeah, it was.
But again, remember, we're in a time now where people are like maybe up for not renewing. So
that would be really messed up.
It would be. But it's business.
Yeah.
Right. It's
a
shame.
There's going to be some good matches coming up next week. We've got Hardy versus Cole, which is going to be epic. You got Kyle O'Reilly versus Ray Phoenix, which we know what's going to happen there. Britt
What
versus
do we?
the Joker.
Wait. What do you think's going to happen there? We know what's going to happen there.
Sure, Phoenix is going to dominate and beat him. That's what's going to happen.
Okay. All
That's what I
right.
think. That's my opinion. Britt versus the Joker. Any predictions on the Joker for Britt?
I have nothing. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, it's gonna have to be something big, or it's not gonna be important.
All right. Then Samoa Joe versus the Joker, and then Paige versus Takeshita, which is going to be pretty cool. Wardlow gets his 10 lashes. Jericho confronts Regal. And then we're going to see Statlander versus Velvet on Rampage. That's what
I cannot wait to see Jericho and Regal cutting promos on each other.
Yes.
Oh,
I've seen it before in 2 other companies, and I have a feeling here it's going to be amazing.
That's cool.
Great.
So we got a lot to look forward to for next week. And that's it for us today. And unless we have anything else.
This whole Owen Hart thing is all kind of culminating very soon, right? I mean, we're getting the last little bits of the semifinals here, and then we've got the championship stuff happening
soon.
Like within a couple of weeks, probably before the pay-per-view.
We're gonna, because the pay-per-view is going to be the final match for the Owen Hart. That's going to be it. So we're going to have to get this wrapped up this week. So there's going to be the 2 Joker matches this week, but then Friday they're probably going to be doing like semifinals for some of the stuff, and then we're going into finals that following week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the next time we're talking, we're going to have a much clearer picture of what that's going to look like.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. We thank you all. Subscribe to our channel, download our podcast, tell your friends. We'll talk to you next time. From all of us here at the All Elite Murder Theater Podcast, y'all have a great week. Peace.